Do you remember? Last class, you were busy answering, ne? So I hope you remember. Do you remember? No, see, you're hitting me. So you don't remember. Okay, sharp. So guys, that's a quota. A quota, you set a limit for the sampling units that you want to collect, right? You set a limit. That's a quota. Remember, quotas and tariffs in economics, right? You are setting limits basically for the number of items that you want to import into your country. That is what a quota is all about, right? And then we have what? We have convenience sampling, right? So convenience sampling, it's sampling, that is like you're sampling units according to how easily you can access those units, right? So I'm just saying it in my own words, but it's there in your slides, in your notes, right? The way that they explained it. But now I'm just explaining it according to how I understand, right? So you're sampling the units according to how easily you can access the units, right? So if you can access the people bubble, the students at UJ, if you can access students from your S easily than going throughout the whole campus, then that is convenience sampling because you're just going to sample those that you can easily access, right? Then we have snowball. Remember snowball? I even made an example about a detective or a police, right? That the police is gonna catch the thieves. The thieves are gonna refer the police to the other people, right, who are in the higher rank of the crime whatever, and then those people they're also gonna they're gonna do what? They're gonna tell us who the bosses are, right? So snowball sampling basically it's when one sampling unit it refers you to another sampling unit, right? And it is usually difficult to get to those sampling units that we want. So we have to be referred to other people, right? It is usually difficult to get to the bosses, right, of these crimes, right? The bosses of those people who maybe sell drugs or who kidnap children. So it would be better for us to do what? To use sampling methodology, right? And then judgmental now. Remember, judgmental has to do with your own opinion, your own view. Instead of sampling everybody, you're only sampling people with specific characteristics or with specific traits, right? So, for example, they even made an example in the notes. They said they said that if you're gonna be sampling, see these people on here, they are disturbing me with because they're busy sending messages and I get distracted. Apologies for that. So judgmental, you're basically gonna be sampling people and according to your own experience or your own judgment. And so if you want to find out what is the how does the working conditions in an organization affect the employees? Instead of asking the employees and everybody else in that organization, you only ask the top managers in that organization. You only ask the union leaders in that organization. That is judgmental because you're sampling people according to your own opinion. You're not sampling people the right way, right? So that is judgmental sampling. All right, now let's go to probability random sampling. Where now there's also 4 different types. So do you guys remember the 4 different types of probability random sampling? Anybody, somebody? Let's be quick so that we can finish this class quick. It shouldn't be that long. Come on, somebody. Emily, do you not remember these ones? Is it only Emily who's going to answer? Asanda? No,
I only remember 3.
Okay.
Systematic random sampling, I think, where we have to determine K, which is the bigger N over the smaller N, which is like population, I think, over the sample. And then we have to randomly select the starting point, which is the starting point has to be before the K. So if our K is 10, our starting point is every number before 10. And then, therefore, every K units on the therefore we select every K units on the list. I think, that's the one.
All right, sharp. Thank you. And then what's the other one? Because that is systematic alone, where there's the K. And then the other 2 that you remember?
And then there's simple random sampling.
Okay.
Yes, and I also remember is it homogeneous? I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah, and it's the one of each unit of the target population has a chance of being chosen, of being selected. Yes. And then the example was the one of the low 2. Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
And then the third one was stratified. Stratified random sampling, which was the one that was hard because I still can't explain it in simple terms, but I understand it, which is great. Yeah, that one.
All right. No. Okay, we will deal with that, and the one for understanding it, and hopefully I'll be able to explain it with these examples, right? So yeah, all right, thank you very much. So you forgot about the cluster, right? The cluster is the one that you forgot about, so yeah. Okay, let's do the questions now. Thank you very much, guys. So for these questions, that's the only information that we need for now, right? When we go to the calculations, you will need to be able to understand how do we do the calculations. All right. So you see, it says exercises, right? Exercises on learning unit 1, sampling and sampling distributions, right? For each of the following sampling scenarios, identify the most appropriate sampling method. So we have to identify, is it a cluster? Is it a quota? Is it a stratified? Is it a simple random? Is it a what? Judgmental? Is it a what other ones? Snowball? You see, so we just have to identify. So I'm just going to use my highlighter here. All right, let's read the first one. So the first one says, a biologist wants to estimate the number of invasive plant species in a large forest. All right, so look, we have a biologist here, right? This biologist wants to estimate. So immediately this biologist wants to estimate. What must come to our mind is you can only make estimations with probability random sampling. Probability random sampling, right? So you can only make estimates with probability random sampling. So automatically, it means our answer is going to be simple random or cluster or stratified, or what is the fourth one, Kunji? What is that fourth one? It's simple random, it's stratified, it's cluster, and it's what? What's that other one? Let me remember. The fourth one, and I just said systematic. So it's either between those four, right? So here they are saying the forest is divided. Okay, so immediately, look, guys, the forest is divided, right? So remember, under probability random sampling, the only sampling methodologies, right, that we're going to use if we have divided, it's either we're going to use stratified, right? Stratified, because stratified, remember, there is a division, right? And it's either we're going to use stratified or we're going to use cluster. Because for simple random, there is no division. For systematic, there is no division. So division is only between stratified and cluster. So it means that our answer is between these two, right? It's either it's going to be stratified or it's either it's going to be a cluster, right? Okay, now let's read more. Right? They say the forest is divided into homogeneous sections. Then they say biodiversity is similar in all the sections. So basically, what does this mean? This means that this forest is divided into similar sections or homogeneous sections. So if it's divided into homogeneous sections, is it going to be stratified or is it going to be cluster? If it's divided into similar sections, is it stratified or is it cluster? Is there anyone who knows the answer? Remember the keyword that I told you. If it is homogeneous, it's going to be If it's heterogeneous, it's going to be So what's the answer here? Do you guys remember? Do you remember? Cluster. Thank you, Emily. So guys, remember what I told you from last time, right? I told you that whenever we have similar biodiversity, or if we have similar blocks, remember what I told you? I told you that I even made an example with your residence. I said in your res, right? Your res is divided into clusters, right? And the clusters are what? The clusters are similar, right? So if you can go to Kingsway, the clusters at Kingsway, they are all similar. All of the clusters have got 4 rooms or 5 rooms or whatever, right? So it means that a cluster has got homogeneous sections or what you call similar sections, right? So let's go here. So it means that our answer is going to be what here? Yeah, now the people are starting to make noise here at rest. Hopefully you can hear this, yo. And I hope you won't be able to hear this in the recording because people are busy laughing here. Why are they laughing? I don't know. How do you laugh when course is traveling like this? Cluster. This is a cluster. Are you guys happy with my explanation? So number 1 is cluster. Are you guys happy? Are you happy? Alright, sharp. Let's go to number 2. A company leaves service evaluation. Okay. A company leaves service evaluation cards on its register counter for customers to fill out if they wish. Okay, look at this, guys. Look at this. So basically, this company is going to leave a service evaluation card, right, on the register for customers to fill out if they wish. So basically, what does this mean? A company is trying to collect data from their customers, right? The data is going to tell them how do the customers perceive their organization, right? So, but now, the company is not going to go around looking for people, right? They're not going to do that. So they're just going to leave the service evaluation card on top of the counter. So if a customer wants to fill out the service evaluation card, the customer is just going to fill it out, right? So is this going to be non-probability random sampling? That's that there. Or is it going to be probability random sampling? Remember, non-probability random sampling, you cannot make calculations. But probability random sampling, you can make calculations. So is this going to be non-probability or is it going to be probability? Let's start there. Let's be quick. Everybody, please try to answer. By the end of this call, all of you should have answered. So yeah, we're just going to keep on rotating. So Emily answered question 1. Now Veronica, especially, please attempt to answer question 2. So my question is this non-probability random sampling or is it going to be probability random sampling? Just unmute and try, please. I answered question 1. Oh, you answered question 1. Okay, it's fine. So who will I pick? No, please. Question 2. Question 2, please. Come on, no, question 2. Why are you kakazela? Why are you afraid? Don't be afraid. Okay, Emily, please take this one. Please take this one. Question 2. What is this? Number 2. What do you think number 2 is? Alright, let me help you guys. You're not sure, but you think it's non-probability. Yes, it's non-probability random sampling. It's non-probability random sampling. That's number 1, right? So this is the type of probability sampling. So but now, under non-probability sampling, this is going to fall under convenience. We're going to use the convenience method, right? Why are we going to use the convenience method? We're going to use the convenience method because we are just leaving the service evaluation cards there on the counter. And then any customer that wants to fill out the service evaluation card, can just fill them out, right? So we are not forcing anyone. We're not going around asking people questions. We just leave the cards there. And if you want to fill it out, you can fill it out. So that is convenience random sampling, right? So if you come here, right, I'm going to write convenience random sampling, right? This is convenience random sampling. And let's go back to question 3 now. So in question 3, a manufacturer selects every 45th item for inspection of the product line. This one should be easy, guys. What's this? Let's all sing the song. Every 45th item. If I'm going to select every 45th item, what method am I using? What sampling methodology is most appropriate for me to use here? Let's all sing the song. Let's all sing the song. You can just unmute yourself and tell us the answer. No, Sikhi. What's the answer here?
I think the answer is probability random sampling, which is systematic.
Yes, right.
Random probability sampling.
Yes. So the type of probability sampling is going to be probability random sampling. But under probability random sampling, it's going to be what? Systematic, right? So thank you very much. It's going to be systematic because we are selecting every 45th item. Remember systematic, we are selecting like after every how do I explain that thing? So we are selecting every K we are using K basically to select. So yeah, here we are going to be selecting every 45th item. So it means that our K here was 45, sorry. So yeah, this is going to be systematic and systematic random sampling. So this is systematic over here like this. Systematic random sampling. All right, let's move. We are moving at a fast pace. Fast pace. Yes, I like the spirit. Let's go to number 4 now. A market research company wants to compare 2 opinions about Coca-Cola drinks, right? Between Pepsi and Coca-Cola users. They select consumers until they have sampled 50 for Pepsi. Okay, they have sampled 50 for Pepsi and then 100 for Coca-Cola. 50 for Pepsi and then 100 for Coca-Cola. According to the market's share distribution of these 2 brands. All right, so basically what's happening here, a market research company wants to compare opinions, right, that consumers have, right? So between Pepsi and Coca-Cola. But now they select a sample of 50 for Pepsi, a limit of 50 for Pepsi. And they also select a sample of 100 for Coca-Cola. So that's the limit for Coca-Cola, right? According to the market share distribution of these 2 brands. So what sampling methodology is this? We have limits. We have a limit for Pepsi, which was 50. Then we also have a limit for Coca-Cola, which was 100. So what sampling methodology is good for us to use here? We have basically limits. And remember what I told you about limits just now. Number 4. Anybody wants to take it? Culture sampling. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Just unmute yourselves, guys. Why are you afraid? Unmute yourselves and talk to me. So this is quota, right? So it's quota because we have what? We have limits, right? So Pepsi, the limit for Pepsi is 50. The limit for Coca-Cola is 100, right? So we have limits here, basically. So yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. Okay, this is gonna be what? Quota. So whenever you think of quota, think of economics, right? Quota, limit. Yeah, they interchange. They go hand in hand. Okay, now let's go to number 5. Okay, a researcher wants to assess perceptions of quality of life across South Africa. Okay, across South Africa. All right, sharp. He needs to select a sample representing all types of geographical areas. So all types of geographical areas, right? So this person needs to select a sample that is representing all types of geographical areas, provinces, urban areas, and rural areas. Now I'm going to ask you a question. Do all types, or let me rather say, do the geographical areas in South Africa look the same? Is KZN the same as Mpumalanga? No. Is Gauteng the same as Limpopo? No, it's not the same. Is Durban the same as Cape Town? It's not the same, right? So it means that the geographical areas in South Africa, they are not the same, right? They're not the same. So since the geographical areas in South Africa are not the same, what are we going to do? It means that this person, right, since he wants to assess the perception of quality of life across South Africa, right? So let me just do this. Let me just explain using this. So this is it. So this is South Africa. In South Africa, we have different geographical areas again. So we have different geographical areas. So we have KZN, we have Gauteng, Gauteng KGP, we have Eastern Cape, let's say we also have Western Cape, right? So all of these areas, they are heterogeneous because they are not the same. Heterogeneous, right? These geographic areas, they're not the same. KZN is not the same as Gauteng, even the way that it is in J, right? It's not the same as Gauteng. Eastern Cape is not the same as Western Cape. All of these provinces are not the same, right? So this person has to sample, right? All of these provinces, right? So if we have heterogeneous here, if we have heterogeneous over here, right? If we are going to be sampling different areas, it means that we are going to be using a stratified. Because remember, whenever there is heterogeneous, we're going to use stratified, right? Stratified. But do you remember my example when I said Now let's focus on KZN only. I mean, KZN. In KZN, all the people in KZN, they're going to be homogeneous. Why am I saying this? All the people in KZN, they speak Zulu. Right? So the people in KZN, they are going to be homogeneous from each other. Right? So stratified is like this. It starts as a big population. This population is divided into different parts or heterogeneous sections. Right? And then from being heterogeneous section, within each section, within each, it is homogeneous inside, right? So all the people at Eastern Cape, they speak what? Xhosa. They speak Xhosa. Ewe, kaloku. All the people in Western Cape, they speak what? Afrikaans. Okay, well, not all, but majority, okay? They speak Afrikaans. So do you see that within each of the heterogeneous groups or subgroups, it is homogeneous within, inside. So do you guys now understand why this is stratified? I think I explained it in a good way. Do you understand why it is stratified? Are you happy? No, see, you said stratified is giving you problems. So are you happy with my explanation? Or is it still on and off? No, Sihle, I need you to give me an answer. Are you happy with my explanation? This explanation. Ah, she's sleeping, Shem. Ulele, she's sleeping. So, but are the other people okay? Do you guys understand my explanation? So here we have what? Stratified here. And this is how I also explained it last time. I explained it the same way that I just explained it now. So do you guys understand? I hope you can understand me. Ne? Do you get me? All right, thank you. Okay, let's do question number 6. So question number 6 says, a researcher wants to survey 100 males and 100 females about what smartphone brand they prefer. So what is this, guys? We only want to survey 100 males and we only want to survey 100 females. So this again, it's the same as what we did over here. We only sampled 50 for Pepsi and then we only sampled 100 for Coca-Cola. So even with this 100 males, 100 females, this is still going to be a quota, right? Because we have set limits for our sampling unit, right? So this is still a quota, right? So you're going to come here, right? And you're going to write here quota. So this is still a quota. All right, let's go to question number 7. All right, question number 7 says, a student wants to sample fellow students who listen to a certain type of music. So we are interested to students who listen to a certain type of music. And she finds one such student and asks if the student has any friends who listen to the same type of music. So this person is asking if the student has any friends who listen to the same type of music. So what sampling methodology is this? When we are asking for other people, when we are being referred to other people, what sampling methodology is this? Come on, guys. When we are asking, basically, we are trying to find out, are there other students that you know who listen to the same type of music? That is basically the same thing as you asking for reference. Okay? So you're basically asking to be referred to other sampling units, right? So other sampling units, what is it? When you're being referred to other sampling units. Come on. So very, you don't want to unmute yourselves. Yeah? You're just gonna keep on typing. Even though I ask you humbly, please just unmute yourself and tell me. All right, but it's fine. Yeah, those who want to unmute, you can unmute and talk to me. But those who don't want, it's okay. But thank you for the answer. So the answer is snowball. Snowball. Remember, snowball. I even used a very good example. I remember I was drawing for snowball. That I am the police, right? Then I catch 2 thieves, right? I catch this thief and I catch this thief, right? This thief, I say to you, if you wanna spend less time in prison, tell me the people that you work with. Then this person now tells me that, nah, I have 2 other people that I work with. Then this one tells me only 1 person, right? And then again, these 2 people, I tell them the same story. If you want to spend less time in prison, tell me 2 other people, or tell me other people that you work with. Then this one tells me 1 person, then this one tells me 3 people, right? So basically what just happened here? I, the police, right, I found 2 thieves, right? And after I found these 2 thieves, what did I do? I asked these thieves to refer me to the people whom they work with. So this is basically snowball sampling. So yeah, you come back here, right? You write snowball sampling. Let's go to question number 8. Question number 8 says what? How? We are halfway. Oh, no, that's good. Okay. So a TV researcher wants opinions, right, about a political announcement, right? So a TV researcher wants opinions. Can you make any calculations or estimations about people's opinions? The answer is no. You can't make estimates or predictions about opinions, but you can make estimates or predictions about facts, right? So since this is an opinion, it means that you're gonna be focusing on non-probability random sampling. So you're gonna be focusing on non-probability random sampling. Okay, non-probability random sampling. So but now within this non-probability random sampling, we are interested in the opinions about political announcements, right? But since we are interested in this political announcement, right, we only ask a panel of experts. So we only ask specific people. We don't ask everybody. We just ask the experts, right, or the knowledgeable, right? So what kind of sampling methodology is this? If we are only going to be asking the experts only, not everybody. So we are only asking the experts only. So what sampling methodology is this? Come on, Melody. Come on, guys, I need an answer. No silly. I know when you're not afraid to unmute yourself. So if you know the answer, can you just please help us? Where is Nosy? Is Nosy still here? I doubt she's still here. Alright, Asanda. Asanda, what's the answer? Yeah, man, you haven't been answering. What's the answer? Angithi uyabona abafuna ukuphendula so ngizothini abafuni and I can't force them yabo so ngithembe wena but now I'm wasting time, right? Because if we just want to wait nje, people know the answer but they don't want to say, then you're just wasting time. The recording is going to be long unnecessarily. You understand? So I'm trying to avoid that. So Asanda, what's the answer? Do uzothula. You see the problem I'm dealing with? Yo, Shem, being a lecturer is tough. Just imagine you're asking a question and then everyone in the class is quiet. Yo, Shem, now I understand how mishaps feels. I understand, Shem. I understand. All right, guys, I'm being serious. You see why I'm asking you, Nasi? What is this, guys? The answer is simple.
I think it's judgment, sampling.
It's judgmental sampling, honey. It's judgmental sampling. The reason why it's judgmental sampling is because we are only going to be selecting the top people, right? Who are the what? Who are the experts, right? We don't care about all the other people, right? We only care about the experts. So this is going to be judgmental sampling because we are focusing only on the experts, the people who are high ranking, right? So those are the people we are focusing on. Honey. So let me come here. Okay? So this is judgmental, right? Is it judgmental or is it judgment? Judgmental sampling, I think. Judgmental sampling. Is it judgmental or judgment? Whatever, ne? Yeah, but judgment is something to do with judgment. All right, let's go to number 9. So number 9, a university student working on a project wants to understand the average. Look, immediately you see this. This student wants to understand the average consumption of alcohol. Average is a what? This thing is the mean, right? Average is the mean. So this person has to do some calculations if they want to understand the average, right? So it means automatically this is going to be what? It's going to be well, let's read before, yeah, because now you see I'm starting to read. Okay, let's read. So let's read. So a university student working on a project wants to understand the average consumption of alcohol on campus on a Friday night. He asked, you remember I told you this word is difficult for me to say. Yo, I can't say ask. Yo, like it's difficult. So yeah, he asked his classmates and friends how much alcohol they consumed last Friday. So basically, a university student, right, was given a project, right? This student was given a project to find out or to understand what is the average consumption of alcohol amongst the students, right? The university students on Friday. So basically, this student was supposed to be going around asking people about their average alcohol consumption, right, on a Friday. How many bottles of beer do you drink, or how many whatever, right, on a Friday? But what did this student do? This student decided, you know what, I don't have time for this. So he only asked his classmates and friends how much alcohol they consumed last Friday. So instead of going around and asking many people or all the other people, this person just decided to ask the people whom it was easy for him to access, right? So if this person asked the people whom it was easy for him to access, it means that this is going to be convenience sampling, right? This is going to be convenience sampling, because convenience sampling, we only ask the people who are easily accessible, right? We don't have to go around busy asking people. We can just ask our classmates. We can just ask our friends, right? That is convenience sampling, right? So we just come here, okay? All right, convenience sampling, convenience. Okay, let me erase this because I made a mistake. This is not erasing. Okay, convenience, ne? Convenience sampling. Is this even correct? No, man. Yeah, ne. See this English thing. English is tough, guys. I'm telling you. This thing is not child's play. Convenience, right? Convenience sampling. All right, let's move quick so that you can also go sleep. Ne? All right, because he only asked his friends. Ne? That's why I said convenience sampling. Number 10, an auditor randomly selects a subset of accounts of a large company to review. So immediately, guys, whenever you see this, randomly select, right? Under these questions, the theory questions, whenever you see randomly select, just know that is simple random sampling. The key word there is the randomly select, right? So if you ever see randomly select, that is what? That is simple. Let me just write it here. That is simple random sampling, right? Simple random sampling. Whenever you see at random or selected, whenever you see this word, an auditor randomly selects, just know that it is gonna be simple random sampling. All right, let's move on. All right, let's go to number what? Number 11. Okay? Number 11. An insurance company uses its computerized files to select 750 customers at random. 750 customers at random. Guys, I said to you, whenever you see this word at random, just know that it is what? It is simple random sampling. So the key word is that if you are given random in a sentence, just know that it is simple random sampling. Okay? So it means that this is going to be what? Simple random sampling also. Right? Simple random sampling. All right. Last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 5 questions. Then we call it a night. Né? All right. Let's go to question number 12. I'm telling you, you see this thing. I said, just one analytical techniques 1B. I'm warning you. You see, even with you guys, if you play, you're gonna regret. I'm telling you. Test 1 is gonna show many people flames. You will see. I'm telling you. Don't say I didn't warn you. I know. Yeah, I know. Last year, né? But okay, sharp. I'll tell you guys after the class, just so that I don't waste time. But I'll tell you something after the class. I mean, question 12. Management at a company wants to assess perception of their workers about overtime. So this thing is very similar to the example that we were given in the annotated notes, where we saw management wanting to assess the perception of their workers about working conditions in the organization. It's the same example, right? Very similar, right? So what do? They select a sample of union leaders at a company to interview. These people are making noise. Sorry for that, Askis. Yeah, so they select a sample of union leaders at a company, right? So if you wanna find out the perception of workers, right, about overtime, now you cannot just ask the union leaders, because the union leaders are not directly affected by overtime because they do not work the overtime. They are just union leaders, right? So union leaders, it's like the people who, for example, teachers have their own union leaders, nurses have their own union leaders. So if ever there is like a maybe maybe if like there are unfair conditions at work, the labor union leaders are supposed to represent the employees at work, right? Or the employees at that company, right? So, but now you cannot, as a company, wanting to assess the workers' overtime, and then you only ask the labor union leaders about the overtime work. You can't do that, right? Because that is basically you not taking into consideration the workers themselves, right? And if you don't take into consideration the workers themselves, then what are you doing? That is basically judgment sampling, because you are sampling labor union leaders instead of sampling everybody, right? Including the workers who work the overtime, right? So this is judgmental because we were supposed to also ask the labor union leaders, right? So this is sorry, we were also supposed to ask the workers, right? So this is judgmental sampling. This is judgmental sampling, eh? Yeah. So I'm just gonna come here. Any questions, guys? Why did I say it's judgmental? Or do you guys understand me? Judgmental sampling. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Asanda, do you understand me? Is this the way you write judgmental? No, it's not. Okay, let me just erase. Do you guys understand why I said this is judgmental? While I fix this. You don't understand? Yeah, I want to explain to you because Aniti, now you haven't been unmuting yourself. Yeah, so I got you. I got you. Aniti, you don't unmute yourself. I got you. So I want to explain to you. Alright, I'm just joking, man. Steve, so I wrote this wrong, Steve. Yeah, man. English is tough. I'm not laughing, Asanda. You think I'm laughing? I'm not laughing. I'm dead serious. If you could see my face, I will turn on my camera just now. You'll see my face. I'm not laughing. I'm serious. I'm not gonna explain. Judge. Mental. Alright. So where did I lose you, Asanda? Don't type. You're gonna waste time. Just unmute yourself and talk. Please. Don't type. Yeah, ne? Hey. You really can't talk. Why can't you talk? You have a mouth, most. Asanda, why uthanda ukungisokolisa makayi? Why? Why wenza so? Why? Yeah. Yo, Aisha. So where did I lose you? Long story. Make it short. Okay, where did I lose you here? Just tell me where did I lose you? Because if you say you don't understand, I don't know where I lost you. So do you know what is judgmental sampling? Let's start there. You remember Ganjani? Okay, so where did I lose you when I was explaining this thing? Let me open it. Just read here. Number 12. Where did I lose you? Alright. So while you're typing, Nosiki, will you try to explain to Asanda what I'm saying? Oh, who's in here? Ntogozo. Yo, Ntogozo. How are you, my sister? Ntogozo. Sorry. Ntogozentle. Yes, Ntogozentle. Ntogozentle. I think your name means beautiful gift or something like that. Sorry. I think it means, yeah, beautiful something. Ntogozo. Thanksgiving, something like that. I think. So can you help Asanda? Can you explain to Asanda? Because now she's not typing, so I don't know what she needs. All right, Asanda, you'll send me a voice note next WhatsApp. Please. So you'll send me a voice note. I will answer you, and you can just send it in the group for everyone, so that even also the other people can just get your okay sharp. That's fine. Yeah. All right. Question 13. To study the level of customer satisfaction among employees of an elite club, an elite country club, a researcher interviews one such member and asks for referral. Guys, referral. We are asking for referral to another member. When we ask for referral, this is snowball. Snowball. Snowball is the one that has to do with referrals. So this is snowball because we are asking for referral to other sampling units. So yeah. All right, sharp. Question 14. To find out about to find out more about its policyholders, an insurance company grouped policyholders by age and surveys at random. So a policy, to find out more about its policyholders, an insurance company grouped policyholders. So guys, grouped. You see this? Grouped. We grouped. So immediately we group. It's either it's gonna be stratified, right? If our groups are not the same, it's gonna be stratified. But if our groups are the same, then it means it's gonna be cluster, right? If our groups are different, meaning heterogeneous, it's stratified. If our groups are the same or similar, it's cluster. Okay? So we grouped policyholders by age and surveys, right? Oh, and we surveyed a random sample for each group. So basically, we grouped people, right? But now remember, we grouped people according to their age, right? So the age of the people is not going to be the same. Because how can you group people who have the same age? You can't group people who have the same age. If everybody is 20 years and you're trying to group people with their age, then it means that you can't group them, right? So they can't be divided because they are all homogeneous. And if they are all homogeneous, if they all have the same age, then it's going to be cluster. But here, look, they're saying the policyholders, right? They grouped the people according to their age, right? So the age being the different ages of the people, right? So some people maybe they were 15 years and above, some people were 15 years and below, some people were what? Some people were maybe 20 years, so it's different ages. So we grouped the people according to the different ages. And if they have different ages, then it means it's a what? It's a stratified, right? Because different ages stratified. But if they all have the same age, then that is going to be cluster. So we cannot group the people who have the same age, but we can group people who have different age, right? So two different groups. Others are above 15, others are below 15. So those groups are heterogeneous. They are not the same, right? So go number 14, your answer here is stratified. This one was very understandable, I think, this exercise, right? So it wasn't that much of a chaos. So yeah. To obtain a sample, now I'm doing number 15. To obtain a sample of registered voters, a polling agency chooses a random voter, right, from a list of voters, and then selects every 30th voter thereafter. So every 30th, selects every 30th. So you remember what this is. You select every 30th. So it means that this is systematic. Systematic. This is systematic because you're selecting every 30th voter, right? So this is gonna be systematic. Sorry. Okay, let me erase so that my work looks tidy. So systematic. So this is systematic because we select every 30th, right? Every 30th unit, systematic.